So that brings us to 8/39, 2022, March 30th. That's what's happening now.
That's really cool. So you're basically one of those people that looks at a situation and goes, "Here's what we can do better." And you're one of those people that's like right usually when you say that, because sometimes people say that.
I can't be like yes, but
I'm just listen. I'll listen to you go on about it. Like you just flexed pretty heavy on good idea after good idea after good idea and big advice for a significant amount of time, right? I think yeah, that's fair. You can. That's
Yeah.
what you do. I mean, that's a role. Like I know it sounds weird, but like it is a role to
Ah, it is.
like somebody got hired in my company, my day job shit. And honestly, they recognized that she could play a role like that. She could look at what's happening here and start connecting some dots that the rest of us can't see because you can't see the forest through the trees and all that. And somebody got to go see the forest. And it's
I'll
like,
say this, that I have that ability. I'll accept that, but it wouldn't have been possible, and I don't think I would have uttered a word if I wasn't sure that the team that we have could execute it. Like I
mm,
just had no, I mean, when I had to present to the board my proposal for a 3-month curated reprogramming of, and I didn't have a plan B. You know what I mean? Like I had, there, there was no rain date. There was no other idea. And I didn't realize until I closed my computer, finished, and I was like, this is a dope idea. They should do it. I had confidence, but I was like, but what if they don't? Like, what are we going to do in 4 weeks after this break, after the MC Challenge finals? Like, we're not going to keep doing open mics that are like, you know? So it has to do with, again, who you surround yourself with, the team that you have, and your dreams are only as powerful as the people around you that will support you and add life to it.
right.
I couldn't have done that by myself.
Yeah, it's a
Big
big
fact.
fact. I think Big
We
Ox
can't do
wants us
nothing by
to
ourselves.
mention Idea Factory VVS.
Idea Factory. So, you know, I think it was 2016 when I was in Miami, and I would call Vice and Knox, and they'd be, all of a sudden Vice would be like, I'm at the Idea Factory. And I was like, the what? And I knew where it was because, Vice and Knox were together every day. And then before I know it, they had uh their public access show and everything that's happening now with Idea Factory, and focused on Pennywise is just also an extension of that. It's like this um I, oh, diversity. Ox, you're should Ox come in here and help me with this? I can't read, and
Ox,
um
if you want, you can just unmute and say what you got to say.
come
He said
on,
no.
help
He doesn't
me.
want to get on.
He's
He
like,
doesn't
Well,
want to get on cam.
am I supposed to tell them about diversity, what's coming up?
Same idea, like me and Vice started doing diversity, but where did we get that idea from? You know what I mean? Like Shelly, I know you mentioned the shows you used to do with Damien before. She did it
So
under diversity, so we just carried it on from there with Shot TV.
diversity started, it was an event in 2003 that my company Milk and Honey and EO Dub collaborated on, and it was called Diversity. And I remember when my partner came in with like 5,000 flyers to this. I still have a picture, and I was like, Diversity, I hate that name. I hated it. And for some reason, the minute that Ox and Vice started doing it, I was like, that fucking shit is so dope. That is brilliant. So yeah, I mean, that was another connection. It's funny. Ox does a lot of great things, and I support all of them.
It's not
Ox, a cool
actually
guy.
that like uncommon and crazy, right? Because literally me and Holden were talking about that before the show as well. I was telling him that like when people know you, they're just more endeared to you. So like you kind of like some shit that you don't like from somebody else, You get it from somebody that you like, and you're like, you know what? Now I love this thing. Oh my God, what do you know? I
Yeah.
really wouldn't have loved this thing if I didn't know this person, though. Who knows? You know what I mean? But it just, that's how it is, you know?
Yeah. So diversity should be coming back shortly. We'll see if there's any good surprises.
That's a live show event. That's a collaboration between you and End of the Week.
No, that was.
Okay.
Now it's a public access show that Vice and Ox
Oh,
co-hosted.
right. Okay.
And
I know that Big
but I
Ox
have a
probably
feeling it'll
told
be
me
better.
about that, but Big Ox is the kind of guy that says a lot of things with a lot of, like, everything's got a highlighter and a bullet point on it, right? So sometimes it's a little hard to remember all of the little ones that are highlighted and bullet pointed.
Yeah.
Right.
But all of it is worth paying attention to.
Facts. Absolutely. And I got stuck with the banker part. That was my favorite part of the Big Ox interview, is how he's a good banker and that, like,
Oh my God.
fought for, like, the good nobleness of it. I think that is the thing that stuck with me the most. Not anything else. It was that. I was like, damn, there's good bankers. And Big Ox is a
Well,
good
I'll tell you
banker.
something else that you might be surprised about. Ox and I were born 20 minutes apart.
What?
Same day, same year.
Was it
What?
in the same hospital?
Different countries.
Oh, right. That's wild.
It's bananas. It's like one of those
Nah, it's crazy.
things that when we ran into each other after those couple of years of not working together, he was like, I asked him when his birthday was. He said March 8th, 79. And I was like, wait, that's my birthday. And I was like, let me see your ID. Very typical me. Let me see your ID. We switch IDs and he looks down. He was like, oh my God, you're that bitch. And I was like, what? And he remembered working with me years back and hating me. He did not like me. And I can't imagine why. But after the fact, it's like I said, from the next day on, me, him, and Vice were like this. And I can't imagine my life without him in it. He's just one of those people. And it's like 20 minutes apart, God, like, really? You really did that? He's the one. My nickname is Shelly because his sister's name is Michelle. So his family calls his sister Shelly. I have been running from the nickname Shelly since I was a child. My family calls me Mimi or Mishi. So one day the three of us are hanging out and he starts calling me Shelly. And I was like, chill, chill, chill. I hate that. And Vice turns around and goes, no, now you're Shelly. And I was like, okay, cool. Like it was just one of those things. And now the only people that call me Shelly are family from the dub. Like nobody from anywhere else calls me that. We have the same favorite color. I mean, I could think something and be like, something's wrong with Ox, and I'll call him, and sure enough, like we just have that. It's one of those bananas things that always, again, it's like all this magic that comes through EO Dub.
Yeah, Dub's a pretty magical place, but Big Ox is a magical person too. I respect that.
Facts. He's a motherfucking unicorn.
Yeah.
I feel like that needs a heavy pause, actually. Ox is a motherfucking unicorn, bitches. You heard me? So we're up to date, I guess, then. You're like, this is...
Unless we
like,
go into the
now
future.
moving forward,
we could,
now
like,
moving
usually
forward,
you do go a little
what
bit
is
into
you
the
got planned?
future, because that's how, like, a good ending point is the what's next.
Right now, I am very focused on EO Dub. Like that is definitely the center of my life professionally at this point. I'm an interpreter and as a freelancer, and I pay my bills that way. And I love helping people, especially in the Latino community, and making sure they're advocated for at different appointments, whether they're medical or legal. But I don't remember a time, probably since I was just starting, that I felt so invigorated and motivated and inspired by the culture and artists and working collaboratively. I mean, I've been flying solo for so long, and to be part of a team where everybody has this goal and really cares about people, not just the music, is ideal.
Mm.
You know, I've walked away from several opportunities where I could have made money, but I was just like, yo, I don't believe in what this artist is saying. Like, I can't even imagine myself like hanging out with those people. Like, I can't do it. But it's the total opposite here at EOW. Like, I just want the best for not only them, but everyone that we could touch. I genuinely believe that this movement is critical and important to reaching as many humans as possible.
Right.
And I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun.
That is important. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're having fun, you're going to be more motivated. And if you're more motivated, you're going to try harder. And I can tell you that the times I've been at the same day job company for a very long time. And anytime I've had fun, I did my job way better than the times when I don't have fun.
Oh, I'm you don't want to be around me if I'm not having fun. Like, I'm the worst. It's almost as bad as when I'm hungry, it's just like, stay away from me.
I relate to that. No, that's your energy is great though. Honestly, this is like a super cool conversation. I mean, sometimes it's just good to talk to people who know how to get shit done, because like, artists are not always good at getting shit done. We usually require people around us who are good at getting shit done, at the very least, to remind us that we have to get shit done, right? Because like, otherwise we could get caught up in limbos of lethargy and whatnot. So just hearing just hearing your journey and like all the cool things you get to do and the parties, like you're a professional partier in a sense, right? Like, that's also wildly interesting. I mean, if you can go to a party and flip it, it's a job. It made me realize I have to go to all these shows, right? And now I'm in my 30s, so it's not like the first thought in my mind sometimes on a Saturday night is I want to go to the other side of the city to go like to a bar. But if you can flip it, all of a sudden you're like, yo, wait a second. This could be a job. That's a dope job, though. It's like a weird, like, pastime, maybe, debating on who you are, but, like, make that a career, and you can justify that, that's extra cool, like, and you basically did that with everything. That's fire.
You gotta find, again, it's like, you gotta find opportunities in the places that you want to be in. If I wanted to be a lawyer, I would be right now. That's not what I want. I don't want monotony. I don't want routine. Like, I'm a creative person. I had to come to facts with the fact that I am not a rapper, nor will I ever be. I am an avid rap hobbyist, but my superpowers are in another place, which is to help MCs and to help DJs and to help producers and organization like EOW to continue on and do dope shit.
Yeah, and the world needs more people like Miss B. That's all I'm gonna say. Too many people trying to be rappers. Some people gotta wanna be the Miss B. That's why it's maybe like we need these stories of event curators so that the people can see how lit it is to be an event curator, and then more people that with good ideas and like different visions show up. Because like, like, I never heard a young person that I've met, not to say they don't exist, be like, I want to go right into event planning. Like, there are, and I have met them, but they're like really so few and far between, right? Like, and if they do, it's usually not like, I'm going to go throw indie underground shit. However, the Montreal rave scene did do that, and now they're dominating the big rave scene. So it's like, there is people who do it. It's just not like talked about enough, right? And it's such a different journey because you don't end up being the rapper, you just end up being the person who's taking notes, which is fucking like the most valuable person probably in that whole situation a lot of the time. So it's a blessing to talk to you for, and to hear your perspectives and all that. But yeah.
Likewise, I appreciate your interest and the questions. And I don't think I've talked about myself for 2 hours straight ever. This is my second interview I've ever done. So I hope I did well.
That was wonderful.
You did.
It was super wonderful. And I want to just
Fantastic.
thank all the people that are watching it in the live places that are with us still, the ones that were there before, because without the live people, it's less of a show. When you see some comments coming, you're like, yeah, people. And then I also want to thank the people watching this in the future, because you're also important, but it's also more fun Wednesdays at 7 p.m. EST to come through on the live is all I'm saying. And big shout out to End of the Week, because like we're on the platform. This is them that is the hosting of them. And we wouldn't be here without them and their giant global reach of interesting people in all kinds of countries. And I'm certain we'll find out even more as time goes on. But we just do a lot of cool stuff everywhere that they are. And so we've only, tapped into parts of it. So shout out End of the Week. And y'all can go follow them. And they're
only at episode 50.
Only. And you can follow them. Its easiest place is the website, eodubeodub.com. Just go there, and that's the easiest place to find them and all their stuff. Otherwise, yeah, it was a real pleasure to be here with all the people in the world. And I don't have much more to say, so live long and prosper, everybody.
Peace.
Peace, yo.